good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Fundraising BIDness Talk, episode 56. I'm Patrick Siver. I'm your lead auctioneer and owner at G Events LLC, based in beautiful Beaverton, Oregon, where it's a little overcast and maybe a drizzle today, but it's why it's so beautifully green here all year round is because of the weather we're having right now. So happy you could join us today as we kick around several different topics surrounding the fundraising auction business today. I have 3 events next week, and each of the events have different formats. And if you had told me that 2 years ago, I would have laughed at you because that would not have been the case. Everybody was kind of cookie cutter, for the most part. We're going to have a bunch of people fill up a ballroom, have a silent auction, then we're going to have a live auction with a paddle raise, and that's what we're going to do. And that's not the case now. We do it in all sports different ways. And I think that one of the big things that we talk about a lot is making sure that the event fits the client or fits the organization and its audience, right? And that's I think next week is a perfect example of having three events and having them adjusted from what they were doing, let's say 2 years ago, to what they're doing today is drastically different. And we have done what I consider a true hybrid, which I define hybrid as taking the best practices of virtual events and combining them with the best practices of in-person events, and designing an event that fits that specific nonprofit organization, its audience. So we have 3 different events next week, 3 different formats. And I thought I would just kind of touch base on each of them, and we'll just kind of go through them, with the based on the order that they're going to pop up next week. And so for fun, I've got all 3 of them on their I have their websites where I can share them with you. All 3 of these events are open to the public. And so, who knows what you might see and learn. And as we get started, I want to encourage you, please reach out, say hello, tell us where you're tuning in from today. It's so nice to have some viewers checking in and catching up with us. So type in the chat, tell us hello, let us know where you're coming in from. And then as always, folks, feel free to ask any questions as we're going along, whether it's on this subject or not. I'll see the question in StreamYard here, and I will be happy to try to answer it as best I can for you. So feel free, type in those questions. All right. So let's dive right into it, and we're going to start with the first event that we're doing next week. And this is a fun event. I really enjoy this event a lot. I actually enjoy all 3 of them next week, but this one in particular, I serve on the board of directors with the Campbell course, which is the home of the children's golf course and the home of First Tee Greater Portland. And each year they host the Wine and Golf Ball, and it's just a fun event. Used to be out at Oregon Golf Club. It had 300 some attendees in the big pavilion out there at Oregon Golf Club. It was a traditional event with a silent auction, a live auction, an appeal, paddle race, whatever you call it in your market. And it also, probably the twist for this one was that we had wine tasting going on, which is popular here in the Northwest, especially in the Oregon region where we're at. Just south of here is wonderful wine country in the Yamhill and Willamette Valley. But we had 9 different wineries that would show up, and we would do wine tasting as kind of the social gathering component, and then the silent auction, A couple of years ago, we moved it down to the Hilton in downtown Portland to accommodate more folks' schedule and being able to get there. It's always been a midweek or a weeknight event, been Friday for many years, and now it's on a Wednesday. And we made that conversion. We took this event virtual the first time in 2020, in April of 2020. We took it virtual. Had ridiculous success, had its best year ever. working with our friends down at the AV department to broadcast the live stream. And Amy Troy is the MC on this event. It's been fabulous. And then last year we live streamed it again, and it did even better. So 2 record years back to back. And so we'll see as we move into this next year, this next week, we want to see how it does. And we're off to a screaming start. In fact, online bidding opened today, and I was looking at some numbers earlier today. And not only do they have an incredible lineup of packages, but they have a lot of participation right now. A lot of people are bidding. So let's talk a little bit about the format of this event. All 3 of these events, one thing that they do have in common, all 3 of these events are utilizing online bidding for their what would have traditionally been their silent auction. Okay. Now, this event's format is the Winding Golf Ball, as you can see right there on the homepage, April 27th through May 4th. And, as you've heard me say before, I'm really adamant about promoting the entire week. Please do not just promote your signature social event or your signature live stream event at the end of the week. You have to promote the entire week. People can't say no to an entire week. They can say no to one night and 1 2-hour period, right? So they've done a great job of doing that. They're also using a fun component here we've been talking a lot about, and that is that they have a prize that they're going to give away for just people who register. So whether you bid or not, irrelevant. If you register, you could win this trip to Cabo. And this is a fun trip. And no purchase necessary to win, right? 1 entry per person. Airfare is not included. But this is a nice trip. It's used. It's a trip through one of the consignment partners. And the incentive here is, and the reason for doing this is to get people to register. Because once they've registered, folks, we have access to them, right? We can communicate with them about our organization and communicate with them. And hopefully nurture them and turn them into a donor. And so this is a neat way. I think you'll see this on the next event too. But doing a register to win is a very, very positive element of what we're doing in this environment. And then we also have a raffle, the $500 Amazon gift card. It's funny here. We use this a lot, folks, and I just want to touch on it. Every state is different with their raffle laws, lottery laws. And so, disclaimer, please check with your local authorities before you go off and do these types of things. But this is a real simple thing. And what I like about this is that it does not require us to go get a donation. We don't have to, we can put this on as soon as we turn the website on, right? And what we do here is we're going to give away a $500 Amazon gift card. We're going to sell chances to win that. We're only going to sell 100 chances. So people feel like 100, I've got a chance. I'm one of 100. Maybe I can buy multiple tickets, which you can, right? Up until that 100 is gone. But they can, they feel like they've got pretty good odds, right? And the beauty is, do the math, folks. 20 or 100 tickets, chances at $25 is $2,500. Take 500 of that 2,500, buy an Amazon gift card. The nonprofit's going to net $2,000. And so this is great. And what's neat here is if we sell it out, okay, which we do regularly, a lot of times we do it in advance of the actual event or the signature event. Maybe we'll do it during when the live or the online auction bidding is happening. Maybe we do it prior to our kickoff event. Whenever we do it, okay, we will go on and do a special live shot, do a Facebook Live, and we will identify the winner. We'll use Wheel of Names to identify the winner of the raffle, and then we'll start another one, right? Why wouldn't you just go ahead and start another one? Whereas if what I love about this Amazon card is that it's very universal. There's nobody that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody, but there very, very few people are going to deny or turn down an Amazon gift card. So it's very universal. When I see groups doing raffles with a trip, if I don't like where they're going, I'm not interested in buying the raffle ticket. If they're doing a piece of jewelry and I don't wear that, or I don't think someone special to me will wear it, I'm not buying the raffle. Okay. The Amazon gift card is very unique. $25, win $500. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. That's a good ratio. It doesn't need to be a $25,000 prize, right? And sell as many as you can, because then it's like playing the lottery. I think the lottery in Oregon right now, maybe it's one of the national lotteries, but they've gone a ridiculous number of weeks without a winner. There's billions of people involved, millions of people involved. And I'm going to go buy a ticket for $2 and think I have a chance? No, I'm not. I don't, right? So limiting the tickets to 100, the math works. I don't need to, with a $25 ticket, win $1 million. If I won a $500, it's the best return I got all year, folks. So don't forget that. All right. It's a great idea. We always have, in this case, we call it raise your flag, right? Because it's golf, and kind of a cute way. And we make it so they can make a donation right here on the homepage. And then obviously thank you to sponsors, and then always encouraging people, hey, don't thank your sponsors and not invite the person viewing to become a sponsor, right? So thank you to our sponsors. And if you're not one, please become one, right? So it's very nice. And then we tie it into all that other stuff. A couple of things that they're doing here. Now, this event, the online bidding started today. It's already off to a huge start. But we're going to have our signature event for this week of fundraising is next Wednesday, and we're going to do it in the evening. And we're going to have a small gathering of folks at the Portland Golf Club, and we're going to have a little social hour, and then we're going to bring them in, and we're going to live stream the main show from the Portland Golf Club. And our attendees that are in person, we're looking at an audience of about 75 people. And when we do that, we're calling them the studio audience, right? So it's kind of a VIP experience. You come to the Portland Golf Club, you enjoy the incredibly talented culinary team there at the Portland Golf Club. They're going to do some heavy apps and appetizers and hors d'oeuvres and things of that nature. Got a couple of wineries showcasing their wines to stay in tune with our wine and golf ball theme. And then we're going to escort our guest into another room where our friends at the AV department will have it all set up for the live stream show. And we will execute our paddle raise. We'll execute 5 live auction packages. And in doing that, we're going to take bids not only in the room from our studio audience, we're also going to match those up with bids from our online audience. We call it simulcast bidding in the auction industry. And so we're looking forward to a really fun event. And then following the live stream, our in-person guest will walk out to past champagne and little desserts. I think there's some special, Portland Golf Club is famous for their oversized cookies. And we're going to have some little desserts and kind of toast our success for the event. But it's a lot of fun. They've got some neat stuff going on. Their auction catalog is packed. I think they have 100 some odd items. One of the things that they also have is what we call for sale items. These are items where people can just buy right now, and they're a specific item that will make a difference for that organization. And you can see the raffle is up there at the top, but also support a first tee participant. Here's an opportunity to provide a donation of $100, and it'll help kids in a class or a camp with healthy snacks and do some special things. And then we have this van that we drive around and pick up youngsters to come to the golf course for their instruction and their classes and their camps and things. And, have an opportunity to fill up the gas, fill up the tank. Now, I kind of joke as fill her up. Well, at least get really close for $100 now, right? But, I think these are fun items for our audience because they want to make a donation. They want to feel like they know what they bought, right? They don't really care about paying the electric bill at the facility. Not that that's not important, right? Or paying the salaries of the people working. That's very, very important. But they kind of like the idea that, hey, I bought a tank of gas for the van that's picking up the kids that are getting to participate in the different camps and classes and programs at the Campbell course. So kind of a cool idea. Works really well. Very nice. Auction catalog, well thought out. Lots and lots of items. We have a live auction section. They've got, like I said, 5 auction packages. I'm of the opinion on this type of an event, if we're going to live stream it, don't want it really to go over more than an hour. Okay. And for me, I know that I can sell 5 items and do a paddle raise. And we can show a couple of videos all within a 1 hour period. So this will be a terrific event. And if you have interest and you want to go check it out, it's very simple. Go to www.wineandgolfball.com. And I misspelled it, but we'll wine and golf ball. And take a look, wineandgolfball.com, and support the kids over at the Campbell course. And I think there's 6 or 7 different facilities that we have distributing First Tee curriculum around the Portland and Oregon area. And what a great cause, a lot of fun. Okay, so check it out, Wine and Golf Ball. So that's up first, and then our second event next week. And that was a kind of a hybrid type of an event, right? I don't really like that kind of mixing everything together there. Now this event is totally different. This is a 100% virtual event. This is for a elementary school here, not too far from where we're at right now in Portland. Actually, it's Beaverton School District. And they have a fun event. We took them with a live stream event a year ago in the same format. And they had so much fun with it, and people were busy. And when we had to pull the trigger, it made sense to just go virtual again for this group. And so we are, and they have a very unique look. And I think it's really special and cool. But this one, the bidding is going to open actually tonight at midnight. And then it will conclude with a live stream signature event next Thursday at 7:00. And now this one's unique because as much as I love our friends at the AV department, this group, we will do their live stream from right here in my home studio, and we'll do it up on StreamYard, and we'll broadcast it right here on the homepage of the auction website. We'll also run it probably to their Facebook page or something like that. But this was what I say, a very value-driven event, right? Because, as their auctioneer, I'm helping them with all the live streaming components. And so by the time they've hired me as their auctioneer and fundraising consultant, and we have bought the Octria subscription for the year, we're pretty much done with expenses. And this one will turn out very well for this group. And that's great. So they've got some fun stuff I wanted to touch base on. They've got to register to win here. Okay. Now this group has a unique situation where they have someone, they're going to register to win a $250 gift card to Amazon. So, they had somebody that was a sponsor and helping them out, a donor, I should say. It wasn't really a sponsor, donor helping them out. And they're going to spend $250 on an Amazon gift card. And we're going to draw everybody that registers. So similar to Wine and Golf Ball with the Cabo trip, here, everybody that registers is going to have a chance to win a $250 gift card. And what's important, especially sometimes in these school events, is one of the buzzwords that we hear around our society right now is inclusivity, right? And if we think back to pre-COVID, many times our fundraising auctions, our fundraising galas were a little bit exclusive in that they had a price tag on them by the time you bought tickets and an outfit and a babysitter and an Uber ride and on and on and on and on and on and on, right? And for the nonprofit, they also had all those expenses, right? So there were some people in their community who could not have participated in this event if it was a ticketed event. And so now by doing the live stream, everybody can participate and everybody can win, right? Without a purchase because they registered to win. Now their raffle is for a Yeti cooler. So this is a really nice Yeti cooler, by the way, and it's filled with all sorts of great Oregon beverages. right? So for those of you in the Oregon market, know that our signature beverages are the microbrews and wines and different things. And so this is filled with all sorts of special items. And then one of the fun things they're doing to kind of build some community around this event is they are also doing wine delivery, right? So they have a person in their community who can provide them with wine on a donation basis. And so they're going to turn around and they are going to actually deliver that wine to people's homes. So if you want to participate and buy a little wine to support the school, and it will be delivered to your home right before the live stream auction on the 5th, then they can you can buy it right here, right? So kind of a cool deal. And then their for sale item on this one is their sign up parties. And this is something a lot of different, I find really popular in the school environment, that people will do these sign up parties. And this is where maybe a family offers to host a party at their home, and they will set the kind of the theme and what's included and all those things. And then they'll set a price on it. And then the family, it varies, but a lot of times the family will absorb those costs as their donation to the school. And then individuals or families will sign up to participate in that party, and they will make that as their donation, right? So they've got a couple of fun ones here. They got a bubbly and bar 3, which is kind of a bar 3 class and a wine tasting or a bubbly champagne tasting deal. Then they got moms and mimosas, and it's a little fun brunch party. And then they've got a paint and sip, and they got an adult only pool party. So they got some fun stuff going on here. And the important thing to remember on these deals is if you're gonna make one of these sign up parties, please do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and make sure that you set the date. Okay. So this is July 16th at 6:00, right? Way too many times I see schools make the mistake, or auction organizers make the mistake of not setting the date in advance for these types of sign-up parties. And then you're kind of liable to take everybody's input as to when you can do the party. And wow, you got no chance. You've got no chance of getting that organized. So make sure that if you're doing sign-up parties, you designate the date that the event's going to happen and make that real front and center prominent, so that everybody knows. So nobody comes back to you and says, well, I can't go. I don't, I want my money back, right? So you want to avoid that. Okay. So anyhow, this is a fun event. Their auction is getting ready to get loaded up. We separated it out here in this design. We have their 5 live auction packages right here. They've got some cool ones. Principal for a day, always popular with the schools. We got Hood River, which is for those not in our market tuning in today. That's just an hour and a half from here to the east in the beautiful Columbia River Gorge. This group has access to some pretty special sneakers. There's some Nike and associate parents and families in this group. And so someone has access to some Jordan 1s, and that'll be kind of cool to watch them. They go crazy over the sneakers here. And then they've got a wine getaway, and then they've got a trip to Cabo, which will be a lot of fun. And then they've got a lot of other fun things. I think it's important for the audience to understand that both of these events, actually all 3 of these events I'm sharing with you today, are all being managed on Octria. And it is ridiculous how the customization that you can do. I mean, we were able to carry the theme all the way through. We totally customized this theme, created all this background. Even Lori down at Octria helped me with making sure I could make this red color, use that for the links and different things. So it's a fun deal, but an incredibly powerful software, that Octria.com. So doing some great stuff and a lot of fun. And then our third event, so with it, this one will wrap up next Thursday on the 5th with a live stream. Like I said, this will be a live stream through StreamYard, which is what this show is right now. We're on StreamYard, and we'll do a live stream, and we'll do a paddle raise, and we'll do 5 live auction packages again. And it works really, really well. And then our third event next week is on a Saturday, and this is our good friends at Springwater School, at Springwater Environmental School out in Clackamas County, and they're a charter school, and they do some incredibly unique school curriculum, and community is phenomenal. I've been involved with this event for the last several years. We took them virtual a year ago. The first year of COVID, they chose to skip over their event based on the timing, and weren't sure their community would embrace virtual. Last year we did virtual. They did very, very well. And Maggie and Chris, her husband, are the auction chairs, and they do a fantastic, fantastic job out there for Springwater. And so this event this year, we're going to have an online auction to promote the inclusivity and allow everybody to participate, because in the past they used to have a gathering event and only the people with tickets could bid on items, and now everybody gets to bid. So it's a great way to incorporate grandparents or relatives that don't live in the area or friends that don't live in the area. Being able to go online and bidding on packages is fabulous. Now, they're going to have a gathering event also as their signature event, and that will be back at the same location we were previously. Okay, so we're going to be going to Gray Gables Estate, which, if you're watching from here in the local market today, Gray Gables is, I think, a really hidden gem in the Portland metro area. Gray Gables Estate is a wonderful, wonderful facility. It's over in Milwaukee, Oregon, and it is a really, really cool place. The culinary team there, Samantha and all her folks, do a fabulous, fabulous job. So anyhow, so we're going to have an audience, a live event that night. This will be on May 7th. So we will be having that event on May 7th. And folks will gather. They will start bidding on Friday this week, and being able to participate and support the school. But then on the 7th, we'll have a gathering event with just a social hour. And then we will turn around and have a plated dinner, or actually it's a buffet dinner there. It's the best. Never seen anybody can do a buffet like Gray Gables. They just do a fabulous job. And I'm usually in the auction business. We're not big fans of buffets. But I would tell you, I would do buffet all day long if it's done at Gray Gables. Samantha and her team, outstanding. So with that being said, I would tell you that we're going to do a little buffet dinner. We're going to have a paddle race. We're going to have a live auction. Now, in this event, the live auction items will only be available to those in-person guests, right? We are not going to live stream this event, and there's a good reason for that. We felt like this community was tight enough that they wanted to, the investment of taking this event on a live stream did not match, or was not a good return on an investment. In other words, we didn't feel like we were going to raise that much more money going with a live stream that night, because we felt like the majority of the supporters were going to be in the room with us, right, at the gathering event. So always do that math. The other thing is that for this community, they wanted to have their social event, their signature event on Saturday night. I'm going to tell you, folks, I've been watching it a lot lately as we've gone into this new environment. Live streaming on Saturday night, in my opinion, I'm really skeptical. I think you really need to have some pretty hard conversations about, are we going to really get a return on the investment that it costs to live stream on a Saturday night? And I don't think it's, I don't think that it is a question of the worthiness of the organization. I think it's people are busy, and on a Saturday night, getting people to tune in on a Saturday night to a live stream a little later than normal, right? Because you're not going to live stream people having dinner. You're going to live stream the agenda, the meat of the program, right? The paddle raise and the live auction. I think it's pretty tough to get people to tune into a live stream at 8:00 at night. Now, opposed to that first event, the timing on that first event, the Whining Golf Ball, that's a Wednesday night. That live stream starts at 6:30, 7:00. That's a whole different game, folks. That makes sense, right? And that's an event that used to have 300 people. Now it's restricting down to 75 people in person. So we have an audience out there. It's a Wednesday night. It's convenient. Make sure that you take that into account when you consider live streaming your signature event. I would stay away from it on the weekends. That would be my gut feeling, unless your audience really feels differently about it. But anyhow, this is a fun event. They're doing the Amazon gift card raffle. They've got their auction preview because they don't go live until Friday. They're thanking their donors. Hey, this is great. And it's going to be a great event and a lot of fun. So that's what I've got for today. And I just want to thank you so very, very much for tuning in and being a part of our show today. I want to remind you that we're here every Wednesday as our goal, at least we try to be. And it's Fundraising BIDness Talk. We're always live on Wednesdays at noon. A lot of people watching the replays. And so it's unfortunate because they don't get to chime in with me and ask questions right there in time. And if you miss an episode, feel free, go to fundraisingbidnesstalk.com, and all 55 episodes are up there on that Vimeo channel, and you can watch them there. Hey, folks, don't forget, it does not matter where you start the bidding. It's all about where you finish. Appreciate you tuning in today. Have a terrific day. Thank you.